and welcome back to Bewitching Sinners Part 5. Last time, we found out more about Arshem's backstory, and he became our official boyfriend. We are also getting closer and closer to destroying our second witch. Let's get started. Oh, we're starting off with a flashback this time. All hail Core. All hail Core. What the? This memory was different from the rest. Older. The limestone seemed cleaner somehow, and the waters were clear, like the first time you saw Io in your dreams. 10 priests and nuns could be seen surrounding Core and Io, all bright smiles and kneeling in worship. Please, enough with the pleasantries. I'm only doing my duty as your neighbor. You saved us, my lady. You and Lady Io. Hey, yo, the priest is hot. Hang on, I'm gonna move myself. I don't want to be in the way of sprites. My god, is there a Mrs. Priest? I'm merely here to serve, my lady. Io, please. My lady, we built this place to protect you and Lady Io, so that the other witches won't lay a hand on you. You, who have betrayed our own kind, gifted us your blood so we can fight against your own kin. Please, my lady, bless our feeble existence and become our queen. Don't ever call yourself lesser. We're all equal. My lady, even as equals, we'd like to crown you as our queen, to be the ruler of Ignia and all of its people. Ruler? No, I can't. You're not subjects to be ruled upon. Please, feel free to live as you wish. And this is what we wish, our lady, to have our beautiful queen rule us as she pleases. It'll be an honor to protect you, as you have protected us. The man hoisted Core's crown to her face, kneeling, as Core hesitantly approached it with her long, delicate hands. Core, perhaps this is for the best. These humans, they're too weak to rule on their own. Io whispered, pulling Core gently by the arms. Alright, I'll be your queen. Oh, that looks so painful. Jesus. Poor Core. As soon as the crown laid on Core's head, it tightened and shifted into a thin gold crown of thorns. They wriggled and pierced through her skull. Oh. Core! What's the meaning of this? Finish the blood runes. What's happening? A barrier formed between Io and the rest of the humans backing away to the center as Io slammed the barrier with her magic. Bombs, projectiles, fire, quake and flood. None penetrated the barrier as the priests made their exit. Oh. Core laid on the floor, writhing in pain as blood dripped down her wounds, drenching her from head to toe before running down to the pool of water around her. Why? Why? Your blood is precious, my lady. It grants us the power of the gods. However, we know it's best to only trust our own kind. A traitor will always be a traitor. Lady Core, Io's son Ivar is proof of that. Once he was our god, now he's our doom. My son is misguided, Silence. I won't be fooled by you. Not anymore. But I loved you. All of you. I betrayed my people for you bore all of your sins. And we thank you, my lady. So, now please, bear more. As your misery will be our joy, our rise against all who belittled us before. Man, he's still hot. But I don't trust you anymore. We shall pray for you, Lady Core. For you and to you. May you forgive our sins. No, don't leave us here. I feel so bad for her. They left you, hurt you in the worst possible way, and yet you still love them. Humans. The memory shifted back to you and Core. I'm guessing Core showed Winter that memory. Humans are fragile. They did what they did out of fear. You're a bleeding heart. I'm a bleeding everything. Am I supposed to laugh at that? Your mouth twitched. You must be seeing things. Was Io? Around. She doesn't like you much, I'm afraid. Feelings mutual. Why did you call humans them instead of us? Do you think you're not human? My mother calls me a demon sometimes when she's angry. Witches call me that too. Others have called me a demon once when us witches first appeared. Said that we inherited their will, that we sold our souls to become what we are. I would never have sold my soul for anything, but something awakened in me, and here I am, a demon spawn, a human with extraordinary talent, blessed by Inferno. Consent be damned. You're not human. I was one. At least before. I like to think I still am. My friends think so. What friends? Io? And you? What about you? Don't your friends wonder where you've gone all these months? It's not the first time I've gone MIA. And if something were to happen, they would all move heaven and earth to find me. Such confidence. You must trust your friends. More like I trust myself. I've trained them well enough and I'm quite lovable. When I want to be. Winter, you awful, awful human being. You don't train friends. So I've heard. I often overhear your classmates fawning over you down by the pier. Oh, my insipid classmates? Ignore them. Just a bunch of bumbling idiots. Harsh words. It's the truth. It's easy up there to put on an act, as long as you're attractive, intelligent, or of higher standing. Just blend in and follow the flock. Do that and they won't bat an eye. Humans are predictable. Witches are capricious, but candid. You don't mind how twisted some of my thoughts are. I like your kind. Their skewed morality. Sadly, most of your ilk disagree with that sentiment. I never understood the prejudice up there. You witches are quick to anger, but other than that, you don't really lash out unless provoked. Yet you still hunt us. Only if they deserve it. If they murder someone, then I have to do my job. I'm unsympathetic and antisocial, but I do have my morals. It also depends on who they murder. If they murder some rando, then sure. However, if they committed a crime, well, how can I help? Humans are just as emotional as you are. Only difference is their selfishness. The humans crave of proving their worth, making their marks in the world without thinking of others. Such egotistical fools. Isn't that what makes you so interesting? Your ambitions and flaws? No. Human autonomy is a curse. Cannibalistic sheep to be corralled. And you believe yourself to be a fitting shepherd? No. Never said it had to be under my regime. If the vamps can rule the world under one law, then so be it. As long as there's peace. You're such a pessimistic child. You know that? I know. Don't worry. I don't show the side of me to most people. Only my sister. And now you. And why is that, little one? Because despite your bleeding heart, I do feel the sincerity of it all. I feel loved. And I don't think I can manipulate you. You don't deserve that. Not after everything you've been through. Empathy. Empathy. I don't like it. Tears started to form in Winter's eyes. Tears that he didn't even seem to expect. Am I crying? For you? Come here, little one. I believe you've finally grown a heart. I still doubt your sincerity. The other you. I mean, what do your eyes tell you? That he meant well. However, you don't believe it. The other you is an odd one. Too much duality, kind intentions, cruel executions. My eyes couldn't tell the true intentions apart since your counterpart truly did believe that he meant no harm. Perhaps your friend would have some more insight on that, shed some light on your counterpart. Are you alright? I'm fine. As fine as a dying woman could be, that is. The end is nigh. Tomorrow, you'll have to make your decision. My only wish is that you won't regret your choice. Well, I wish I understood myself more, what I was thinking during all of this. Though I do understand why you want the Headmaster gone now. I know this happened way before his time, but he still didn't do anything to fix it. What they did to Cor, that was vile. I know, yet Cor forgave them all the same. She was strong like that. Stronger than I could ever be. Hey, can I ask you something? Yes? What exactly is the relationship between you and Cor? A sister, perhaps? An aromantic companion? Who knows? Cor and I are the few witches who liked humans, and we bonded over that for centuries. I feel so bad for them. They liked humans, they helped us, and betrayed their own kind. And then the humans betrayed them. We did drift apart for a moment, when Ivar came into my life. Still, we raised him like our own. Though in the end, he and I drifted apart all the same. I see, so you're a couple. Life partners. But I wouldn't call us a couple. We never bonded. And perhaps that's why I took her betrayal to heart. I spent centuries by her side, yet the thought of bonding never crossed her mind. Yet some young teenager managed to convince her otherwise. I did take her actions to heart. I thought these cursed eyes would help me understand her, but it only left me with more confusion than before. Can you really see everything with those eyes? Everything, even things that might not happen. Can you tell me where Seth is then? He's probably my next target. Him, not Ivar. I don't have the heart to ask you about Ivar. I mean, I am trying to kill him, kinda, and he is your son. A thin smile formed on Aya's lips. So, is this your mercy? Should I be thanking you? I'd rather you don't. Unfortunately though, I'm not sure where you will find Seth. These eyes can see every single possible outcome in your life. Currently, there are 650,386 scenarios of when and where you could meet Seth, each with similar probabilities, none trumping the other. I can, however, say that out of every scenario, you have a 20% chance of winning against him. Only 20%. He's vicious, little one. And he isn't easily swayed by chatter or a pretty face like Mesa and Ivar. When you meet him, you'll finally have a proper fight with a pure-blooded witch, and I hope you prepare yourself for that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I shall retire for the night. Until our last meeting, my death-scented visitor. Good night. Night. I don't want her to die. I like her. I mean, I need a heart, but I also don't want her to die. You woke up with a headache, but decided to ignore it for now. As you get dressed, the headache subsided, and you went about your day. Let's head to town. The town music is loud though, so I'm going to turn this down. Florist? Hi there, name's Cove. Need some flowers? We do bouquets and singogram deliveries too. Thanks again for the help, mate. Now, is there anything else you need? Nothing. Just curious. How did Nina take your rejection? Not good, but not bad. I got that sour smell again from her, but I'm sure it's fine. Okay, good to know. Bye. Bye. Come again. Go back to the bookstore. Welcome. Anything I can do for you? Anything you need? About Cove's reply, I didn't really like it. You learn potions in that witch hunting school, right? Could you make me a love potion? One strong enough so Cove will like me. You can't force love. Agree to disagree. Alright, well I'm leaving. You cannot force someone to like you. Riverside. You saw Pike and Lyall handling cargo in the docks. Hi? Lyall? Oh, hey there, kiddo. Just hauling out some goods from here to Lena. I see. Oh, by the way, Lyall. Yes? I got this for you. It's from Ilf. A letter from Ilf. How? I met Ivar in a dream again. Managed to talk to Ilf before Ivar got me. He told me to give this to you. This is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Without warning, Lyall pulled you into a tight bear hug. Oh my god. My face is just buried in his boobas right now. His hair brushed your cheek. You could smell his pine-scented cologne. Whoa, easy there, bud. I love a good back crack, but oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you. I mean it. Lyall? Not to ruin the moment, but... Oh, right. Sorry, Mr. Pike, sir. Well then, I'll be going now. Thank you again, Winter. It seems I misjudged you. If you're free, would you mind spending some time with me in Pike's Village? Only if you want to, of course. I'd love to. Good. Lyall, come on now, lad. We don't have all day. Yes, bye, Winter. And with that, they sailed back to the lake. Looked like you finally gained Lyall's trust. That was good. Let's go to Mary's. Table for one? As Mary spoke, you saw Arshem. Yay, my boyfriend's here! Sitting alone in the corner. Oh, he's so cute. You're so good looking. Oh, I love you. Hey, Arshem. Winter. Would you like to spend the day with me? I'd love to. Yay! You spent a whole day hanging out with Arshem, chatting up in the campus cafe, playing around in the fountain. What, like splashing each other? Does that mean I can see him wet? Trying and failing to sneak into the headmaster's office before he took you up to a park. Something seemed to be on his mind as he'd been jittery all day, but you weren't exactly sure why. Do you know the story behind these angel statues? No, but I'm guessing you're gonna tell me. They're depictions of Kor's guardians. Apparently, she used to have 8 nuns following her around as she did her duty to aid humankind. It is said that whoever forms a soul bond here would have their union blessed by Kor herself and will be celebrated in Elysium. Of course, now that we know the truth about Kor, I doubt she will give us her blessing. However, it's still a romantic popular spot all the same. Is this a confession? Have I not professed my love for you clearly, my heart? Oh, he calls you his heart? Eek. Oh, I love this man. Perhaps I should stop bombarding you with flowers every morning and gift you with jewels every night. Or maybe I should sing your praises and mark you every moment after class. Oh! That will also deter any other suitor away. I mean, please do. Go ahead. Please don't. Oh, Winter! Too late. I've clearly not proven my devotion enough. And we can't have that now, can we? Arshem kissed you on the cheek as if to seal his decision. Please, look forward to my endless stream of gifts and praises. I can't wait to spoil you rotten. I guess I shouldn't expect any less from you, huh? So, is that what you wanted to say to me today? Not exactly. I wanted to thank you, Winter. Thank me. For being patient with me, as I sulk and get my thoughts in order. For letting me know about Winter's lies. For asking me what I want, and not judging me for it. For accepting me as well, myself. For years, I thought I had to act a certain way to be loved. Oh, baby. Smart, well kept, the very picture of perfection. I'm not highborn like Quill, nor do I have Thane's boyish charm or Winter's odd allure. The thought of someone accepting me as just me seems so foreign to me. Aww. Hells, even Winter dated me just so he could shape me to his needs. But you never expected anything of me. You just let me be, and I can never thank you enough for that. You're welcome, but I doubt I'm the only one. Well, that's true. I spoke to my parents, you know? Both of them. Father apologized for making me feel unwanted. And don't get me started on my mother, she practically drowned the house with her tears. It turns out they love me more than I thought. They noticed how much effort I put in to keep up the Nephis family image. How much I was pushing myself to be perfect. Whatever that means. My father thought I was doing it because I wasn't his child by blood and was crumbling under the pressure. So he and my mum decided to get rid of that burden altogether and give the title to my baby brother. Hoping that I now have the freedom to forge my own path, so to speak. Oh, well, I'm glad it worked out, but I should have communicated with him prior. Basically, their heart's in the right place, but bad execution? Exactly. I'm glad we straightened things out though. I would hate to leave this world without giving my mother a proper goodbye. Wait, what? A goodbye? Arshem smiled as you stopped in your tracks. He used this moment to lean forward and touch your foreheads together. Oh. I want to be with you, Winter. In this world and yours. Wherever you go, I will follow. But you'll be leaving everything behind, your family, your friends. My family gave me their blessing and I did talk things out with Quill and Thane. They weren't happy, but they know how love-struck I can be, how intense and stubborn I can be. There was a lot of badgering, but they understand how much this means to me, how much you mean to me. Oh, find yourself a man who's willing to skip universes just to be with you? Bare minimum, honestly. I love you, Winter. I want to be with you. I'll chase you to the ends of the world if I have to. Oh, yeah! Stop it! Ugh. For a world without you has no meaning. Ugh. Arshem. Besides, I won't be entirely separated from my family. I still have a father out there, don't I? I guess. Still, I can't believe you're doing this for me, Arshem. I'm happy, but what if we end up messing up the world's dimensions or something? Well, it might be just me, but tearing the world apart with our love sounds pretty romantic, doesn't it? I hate that I can't disagree. Good. I can spare you the convincing argument I prepared and instead use our time for more intimate means. What? Arshem didn't waste time before he pinned you onto a nearby wall. Whoa! Are we just going at it in public? Jesus. Somehow, this took you back to your first meeting with him. Is pinning me to the nearest flat surface your go-to move? There's nothing wrong with a callback, dear, but I do have plenty of other tricks up my sleeve. Your breath hitched as he playfully nipped at your pulse point. Another possessive bite made its mark on your body and sent your hands flying to grip his hair. Arshem gave an amused hum as he dragged his tongue across your collarbone. The harder you pulled on his hair, the more it seemed to excite him. Oh, someone likes his hair getting pulled. No coherent thought escaped your head as he kissed you with such an intensity you might have fainted with ecstasy. It was not until you heard a familiar scandalized yelp that you two realized that you should really take your entangled limbs elsewhere. Mummy, it's those two face-sucking perverts again! Damn it, get a room, why don't you? Jamie, shield your eyes. Whoops. Whoops indeed, but she does have a point. Let's continue this in my room, shall we? Lead the way. You spent an intimate afternoon with Arshem back in his room. The man loved you the same way he dealt with all of his endeavors. Overbearing, intense, slightly obsessive. Oh, sounds hot. And you wouldn't have him any other way. Unfortunately, your schoolmates seemed to disagree, as you were soon bombarded with noise complaints and were forced to go back to your room. Aww. Alright, check diary. We're bonded under the blood moon. The diary reads, "We've bonded, and it's horrible. Like a million voices constantly ringing in my head. Core's memories are relentless. They're like a tsunami drowning everything in its path. Drugs and alcohol help numb it away, but I know I'm losing myself. Okay, I kind of feel bad for this winter now. I was stupid. So stupid. I really thought I could have helped her, but now we're just stuck in hell together. She wants to break free, but I'm not sure how that's possible. I would if I could, but the only way out is death. I don't want to die. I still want to torture whoever Fia decides to soul bond with, or at least watch her obliterate Tatum during a choir performance. I'll be proud either way. And maybe Arshem and I could reconcile and— No, Arshem's with me now. No, I already fucked up big time with him. The only good thing about this bond is I know all the other witches' whereabouts, their weaknesses and their past. If I was crazy, I probably would still go ahead with my plan and bond with Seth. But I'm not crazy. Not yet, right? Still, if I can bond with Seth, then I will finally get my happily ever after, won't I? Was he planning on bonding with multiple witches? A world without segregation, racism. A world where there is only one god and one demon. Me. What am I writing? Just take a swig and quiet down, you loon. With more questions than answers, you decided to rest for the day. You open your eyes and notice you are back in the church where Winter killed Ivar's daughter. What was her name again? Vera. Also, the fit? I know I'm looking at myself, but man, I am hot. Winter? Not exactly. The eyes. They were different somehow. One was your signature grey eye, the other a muddy brown, almost like a snake. A snake? Now, you're not comparing me to a pet, are you? You can't compare a creation against its maker. It simply isn't fair. His maker? Who are you? Are you a witch? I prefer to be called a god, but for simplicity's sake, you can call me Seth, the Witch of Change. And what mighty fine changes have you brought, pet? Seth circled around you as he decided to change forms. From Quill, "Hey, whoa! Arshem is off limits." To Arshem, Thane, and then fear. Your fear. Change back. Right now. Why? Am I making you uncomfortable, little pet? Out of thin air, an ice dagger formed in Thea's hand. It was aimed straight at her throat. No, don't! I asked you a question. Am I making you uncomfortable, pet? Yes. Good. Thea smiled, that tender smile that you used to see every day. But soon that smile turned into a grimace as she plunged the ice dagger into her chest and laid lifeless on the floor. Man, why are we going with the psychological torture right now? Your knees dropped to the floor. You knew this was a dream, but you cried anyway, shaking her lifeless corpse as her body grew cold. Why? Why? Why are you showing me this? A beat of silence passed, then two, before Thea's body rose back up with a twisted grin on her face. Because it's fun, and because I'm still playing nice. Think of it as a rehearsal, pet, for when we finally meet. Once I let you find me, that is. Stop speaking in tongues. Show me your true face, coward. But then you'll know how I truly look like, and we can't have that. That would stop the fun. Tick-tock, little pet. You better move along. I'll be waiting for you. Maybe at school, maybe in Lyall, maybe in Gamora. Don't call me. I'll call you. But first, you have to steal that old sea witch's heart. And then we can have some real fun. Tick-tock. Man, what a bitch. I mean, technically I made him sound like a bitch, but you know. You woke up at 2 a.m, sheets covered in sweat, hair matted on your face. I won't let him get to Thea. Never. You texted Quill what happened, and surprisingly he was awake. He calmed you down, and said he and the others would try to look into Seth. In the meantime, you should keep an eye out in Lyall. After about an hour of frantic texting, you slowly started to calm down and tried to get back to bed. You need to keep your guard up, and start to keep an eye on who you're talking to. They might just be Seth. You woke up with a headache, but decided to ignore it for now. As you got dressed, the headache subsided and you went about your day. Back to town today, maybe? Let's go to the town square. You saw a couple of cats lounging around. As you were just about to snap a pic, they started to run with their tails behind their legs. Aww. However, one cat seemed to have sniffed out your angelfish and stole it from your pocket. After eating it all in one big gulp, it started to purr happily and went to sleep on a nearby bench. Back to Mary's bar. Table for one? Oh, Arshem's here again. Hey Arshem. Winter. Would you like to spend the day with me? Love to. Good. Shall we move then? I have been planning to head to the bookstore. I heard they have a sale today. Oh yay! Let's do the touch. I'm just gonna boop him on the dude. Feeling frisky, are we? I'd be more than happy to help with that, love. Yeah. Oh, Arshem, my god. I have to read this out. I love it when you touch me there. Jeez. You made a heart symbol with your hands, and Arshem pushed his face through the hole, surprising you. I thought you wanted that. He's so cute. How else was I supposed to respond? Wonderful date, getting 10 love points with Arshem. Yay! Oh, he's so cute. Rest. Please, Lady Core, just take my offer. You don't have to keep living like this. No, I'm still... You don't know what you're asking for, little one. Neither did you by the looks of it. Was this what you envisioned when you tried to save humanity? Being a god always has its price. Though I admit, this was not the price I envisioned. You think too kindly of men. You're beginning to sound like Ivar. He warned me not to tread this path. However, I disagreed, thinking he was biased due to his past. Ivar, the Witch of Beauty. You mean Ivar the Misandrist? Such an ill-fitting name. Did you know? He was formerly known as the Witch of Abundance. I much prefer that name. Yeah, well, his current name seems to suit him just fine. Only to those in ignorance. It's not that he hates men. He's just cautious, and for good reason. He wiped out 2 countries in the Dead Zone War and turned men into walking flower bouquets. What kind of reasonable excuse is that? Painful and emotional one. Please, don't blame Ivar so. Back when he was a child, he used to get rid of famine with a snap of his fingers, growing all kinds of fruits and vegetables for people in need. And the people were grateful, erecting him temples and honorific statues to worship him. Things were fine, but sadly, Ivar was beautiful. Oh no, isn't beauty a good thing? Not when it drives people mad. Not when it calls people to taint him. No! Taint him. The men were bewitched by his beauty. They did things I'd rather not say. When I found him, it was too late. After his begging fell on deaf ears, he finally had enough and made his first bouquet. As he grew, his disdain for men slowly healed, especially after his son was born. But then, that bliss was short-lived, as he too was ensnared by Ivar's beauty after becoming of age. Ew! It is then that Ivar discovered his curse. Men would always find him irresistible, even his own flesh and blood. I mean, so far Winter hasn't reacted to him yet. But my god, poor Ivar. That's really terrible. Slowly, but surely, they would be obsessed with him, driven mad with lust. They simply can't help it. It's his allure. Even after using the strongest disillusionment spells and traveling far, far away, they still find him, and Ivar has to experience the horror of fighting off his sons all over again. It was then he knew he had a choice to make: kill off his own sons, or make them into his immortal servants. He chose the latter. Why? Because it's how he loves. He can't bear to kill his kin, but he can't stay with them either. And having a headless doll is his compromise. As I said, Ivar is a difficult man. It would have been easier if he chose not to have any children at all, but Ivar loves love. He wants a family of his own, a wife to hold, a daughter to send down the altar, a son to nurture into a man, even if they have no choice in the matter. Whenever he does, there's always a reason. Even the Dead Zone War, I heard it was more of you humans doing than his. After they taunted him with his daughter's severed head, Ivar simply wanted the war to stop. He might be excessive, deciding to kill any non-witch in the area, but you can't say he didn't get the job done. Well then, what about you? Me? You taught humans magic so that they can defend themselves against witches. A noble cause, sure, but now those humans trapped you here only to be drained for ink like a dairy cow. If you can excuse Ivar's murder spree in his past, shouldn't you let yourself do the same? They betrayed your trust. It's only fair that you return the favor. I'm not like Ivar. I see the good in all. I acknowledge the ability to change. I don't hold grudges as he does. You're not a god, Core. You're only depicted as one. You're no savior either. You're just a glorified sacrifice. Stop saving others and save yourself for a change. Be happy. And since when are you so interested in my happiness, little one? Aren't you only interested in my powers? I am, but it's not just that anymore. Talking to you here, listening to your stories. I don't believe in karma or that good things will happen to good people, but surely you deserve better. I can help you break free. There's a bonding ritual under the blood moon that can... Better? You honestly think bonding myself to you is better? To rid of my flesh and be your shadow until the end of time? Well, at least you wouldn't be trapped in this damn prison for all eternity. Come on. Come with me, Core. Let us bond. I won't even use your power at this point. Just let me help you. Please. I'll think about it. And then days later she bonded. Right here. Under the gaze of the red blood moon. Io stared at the skylight near the altar. Her eyes appeared dimmer than usual. And then they left me here. All alone. Io. Was it this selfishness that swayed her? That and his silver tongue? Or perhaps his youth? Why did she leave me? Tears fell from her eyes, tears that resembled stardust dripping into her pitch-black cracks. Io, you knew this. Winter's diary made it clear that they bonded still. Reading it and actually seeing it to be true are two different things. Core leaving this place and damning Ignia with an ink shortage. Io being left alone, Winter in a coma. One choice led to so much despair. It's all too much to take, and yet you can hardly react. What can you say? You'd give anything to comfort Io right now. But it's not your words or touches she wishes to embrace. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter now. It's in the past. What matters now is the future. Have you come to your decision? Remember, once you've made your bed, you must lie in it and face your decision head on. Everything will change from this point forward. So, what is your choice, little one? Pushing the Headmaster. Then I'll cut this dream short. Please, push him into my waters. Don't worry, he won't die. I'll make sure of it. Do I have to kill you for your heart, or, I don't know, help you? No, this is my vengeance to fulfill. All you have to do is watch. Once he's in my waters, my heart will rise up to your arms, and then you'll die. And then I'll die, but my legacy lives on with my people, forever inside their dreams. That's one way to look at it, at least. Is there anything you want me to do for you? Before you die, I mean. You've done plenty, although I do appreciate it if you can comfort my son. Aww. Ivar will be more heartbroken than he leads on. He likes you, you know? I'm afraid my son doesn't have many friends to seek comfort from. Gee, I wonder why. He likes that sarcasm of yours too, even if he says otherwise. Farewell, my death-scented visitor. You are, and will always be, my favorite human. Aww. No, I don't want her to die. I like her. With a gentle shove, Io dunked you in the water, waking you from your dream. With no minute to spare, you immediately ran to the other boys' room, telling them about your decision. So it's finally come to this. We're finally murdering someone in the name of friendship. On the bright side, at least we know that our friendship can withstand the test of time. Yes, there isn't anything quite as bonding as murder to solidify one's friendship, is there? I can't tell if you guys are being truthful or sarcastic. Oh no, we're completely invested in this, darling. A decent friendship breaks up with just the mere act of taking a life. If you ever found someone who would kill for you, dear, then that's on you. The group nodded simultaneously at that, and you didn't know if you were wary or jealous of their bond. The best of friends are the ones who would burn the world for you, not try to reason with you. Agree to disagree. Also, can you guys stop saying the word murder? We're not actually killing a man, just shoving him to a watery grave, forcing him to live out his entire immortal life in an endless nightmare. Now, think of it as we're giving this man his much-deserved early retirement for all the services he's done. Services such as bleeding out a woman and trapping her for centuries, not to mention supporting illegal siren hunting and taxidermy. Yeah, that works. I needed that. So, how are we gonna do this anyway? Glad you asked. I planned 3 scenarios. Blunt, sneaky, and chaos. Take your pick. Sneaky. Drug his dinner. When he's fast asleep, we'll drag him to the lake and be done with it. How do we even get into his room? Dear trick. It won't be cheap, but it'll get the job done. Sounds solid enough. What's the downside? Well, it's no fun now, is it? If I'm gonna murder someone who's not a witch, I would expect it to have more fanfare than that. It's not actual murder though, just accessories to murder. Is that a thing? I believe the word you're looking for is accomplice, and no, Quill, crimes are supposed to be inconspicuous. It's not a dinner and a show. But that's so boring though. Whatever we do, I just hope he doesn't get hurt. I know he technically deserves it for not doing anything about Cora and letting her suffer, but Quill Inkwell. Oh no. You saw 2 boys exiting the gates and running towards you. Ymir and Sergen. Oh damn it, what effed up love triangle are they in now? Did you bang my sister? Huh? Gigi, did you bang her? I didn't. Oh wait, yes. Oh, wasn't Gigi the name of the girl he was talking to at the church? The one who wanted to annul her engagement by fucking Quill. How dare you take away her chastity? You know my father betrothed her to Castry. Her purity is forever tarnished. Ew, who the fuck cares? Oh, don't scold me about chastity. You're literally getting fucked by Sergen in the arse. You're just upset that your family would enjoy her dowry. I mean, everyone knows Sergen here is broke without a penny to his name. Why don't you come clean yourself and embrace the bastard that you are? It'd be less embarrassing for you, darling. That's it. Oh, somebody has cast an out-of-control spell. Whoa! Sergen blasted a tornado at you, a large green gust of wind, blowing you and the others to the edge of the bridge. You clung desperately onto the railings, feeling the wind lifting you up and peeling your grasp. Babe, I think you might have gone a bit overboard. Oh crap, I didn't intend to make it that big. That's what she said. Well, there he goes. As you and your friends struggled to hold on, you saw Sergen and Ymir getting swept up by the wind and flung into the water below. Yet the tornado only got worse in Sergen's absence, lifting some of the lighter poles and even an entire section of the bridge. Someone do something! How? If we let go and use our runes, we'll be swallowed in and die! Hold on, kids! You saw the headmaster limping to the bridge with his cane. He snapped his fingers and the tornado swirled around into a ball, slowly getting smaller and smaller, before fully getting swallowed into his hands, disappearing into thin air. Is everyone okay? Well, that's convenient. The headmaster limped your way, but a part of the bridge crumbled beneath his feet as he walked towards you. Shit! Grab my hand! You extended a hand towards him, but you missed him by a hair. He fell through the cracks and splashed right into the water. A bright green glow could be seen as soon as he touched the water. Just as the air bubbles dissipated, a green emerald rose up to the water's surface. It glowed brighter and brighter, before making itself home in the palm of your right hand. I know I'm going to Inferno for this, but damn, that was convenient. Yeah, now we don't have to do anything. Perhaps this is karma for all the sirens he took. Oh yes, do try to be less concerned, Archie. I'm sure none of the teachers will take notice of your clear felicity. Are you saying you're not relieved that we don't have to take a life? Of course I am, but still, plotting murder is kind of fun. I always wanted to know how much I could get away with. Duly noted. I'll be sure to call you whenever the opportunity arises, Quill dearest. Yeah, again, I can't tell if you guys are joking or not. They are. Also, we should hide that thing ASAP, guys. Trouble's coming our way. You hid the gem in your pocket, stuffing it in rather crudely. Children, What is the meaning of this? It was all Sergen's fault, miss. He was the one who cast the damn rune. Quill pointed to Ymir and Sergen swimming ashore. Well, at least they're safe. Let me guess, lovers spat again. Honestly, those two boys, well, at least Melody isn't involved. Is the headmaster there with them too? Afraid my eye isn't what it used to be. Actually, Miss Hedwin, I don't think I've seen the headmaster come up for air. What? Miss Hedwin swiftly peered over the bridge, looking for the headmaster. When she saw no signs of life, she cursed under her breath and frantically ran back to the gates. Kepler, contact the church, we have a problem. The teachers would probably patrol the lake now. Let's hurry then. Classes should be halted after the fiasco. Students will flood all over the campus. What are we waiting for? Come on. You ran through a horde of students as they asked you about what happened. Quill cast a wind rune as we pushed through the crowd and ran towards the pier before the teachers could react. As soon as you arrive in your doppelganger's presence, you could see a strong sadness painted on Arshem's face. He fiddled with his hands, as he didn't seem to know what to do with them. All of his usual air of confidence and haughtiness seemed to have evaporated once his eyes landed on Winter. Are you sure this will work? No, but it had an effect last time, and that's good enough for now. I know this is just me talking out of my ass, but have you tried the old true love's kiss and all that? Nate, I know you're naive, but even you should know how ludicrous that sounds. Agreed. Besides, I don't think either of us are his true love. Oh? Quill quirked an eyebrow at Arshem, clearly not expecting that answer. What? Even if I was his true love, I don't think I reciprocate those feelings anymore. Well, no use talking about it. You pulled the gem out of your pockets. It glowed bright green, pulsing warmly as you could hear the soft thrum of a heartbeat. The gem's light blinded the room before fully dissolving into your doppelganger's chest. Unlike the first gem, this gem's effect was immediate. Your doppelganger sat up as he glanced awkwardly around the room. He's hot, though. Winter? Quill asked hopefully, as both Arshem and Thane were both still shaken, taking one step back from the bed. You look like shit, Quill. Wait, Winter, are you really okay? Thane, did you just get laid or something? You look good for once. Fed. Winter. Arshem, I'm so sorry. Before you could get a word in, your doppelganger's body fell back onto the bed with a loud thump, body limp, but still breathing as his chest rose and dipped at a steady pace. Winter! Winter! Arshem shook your doppelganger's shoulders as he returned to his deep slumber. We need more hearts. Just 2 more. Well, we made it this far. Might as well commit, right? We have to. What if Arshem dumps me when this winter comes back and he doesn't want me anymore? Calmer now. Arshem swept his hair back as he turned his attention to Quill. Quill, what do you know about the last 2 purebloods? One's hot as hell and one's a psychopath. Quill. What? You asked. I answered. I'm gifted, not omniscient. Maybe we should wait it out. I mean, it worked out last time, right? I'd rather not leave our friend's survival to fate. You talked to Ivar once or twice now, right, Winter? Any hints on where he's hiding? I mean, it's a garden. There's ruins of Aya's old place of worship. Still too vague, but he does seem to frequent your dreams. Maybe we can use the Invile rune and intrude Winter's mind. Wait, what? Fuck no. Also, can you guys leave Ivar be for a sec? I know the guy's no saint, but, well, I was his mother and she just died. Can we give him a break? You want to give Ivar, the man who wiped out 2 countries, killed over 1 million people, a break? Yes? Winter, I know you're a softie, but please, just one day. Aya gave her heart willingly, maybe Ivar would do the same. While I don't know what exactly transpired between you and Aya, Winter, I do know that Ivar is nothing like the Witcher fantasy. I know, and I know the guy probably caused a lot of grief too, but he just lost his mother. You all have unhealthy mummy or daddy issues, can't you guys be more sympathetic? Shit, dude, did you have to put it like that? I hate it when you make a sound argument. What do you propose we do? Nothing, just don't look into him for a while, please. Just give him a day of grieving. 1 day of grieving. That's all I ask. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna take a nap. Ivar? As soon as you slip into your bed, you cover yourself with the sheets, hoping sleep would carry you quickly to Ivar. He was an asshole, but he still just lost a mother, and technically it was by your hand, and you couldn't help feeling a bit guilty at that. Your guilt only grew as you saw Ivar in one corner of the garden, shoveling a shallow grave as a tiny dim jellyfish flew its way towards it, before sinking down unceremoniously into the hole, as if accepting its fate. Ivar is so hot though. Look at this man. He's so gorgeous. I'm gonna give him a cuddle. Only if he consents though. A single tear ran down Ivar's cheek, and all you could think of is, fuck. Came to see your handiwork. You proud? One of you slain my daughter, and you, my mother. My, what horrible vile things you have committed. I still can't get over his tongue, it's hot. He hissed the words at you, hands twitching, as vines started to slither beneath his feet. Seeing all that, you apologize. I'm sorry. Without hesitation, you bowed your head in anguish. You couldn't imagine what it would feel like to lose a daughter or a mother, but you had lost a sister. The anger you felt towards that truck driver, and the sheer hatred towards yourself for letting it happen. The rage and guilt. It was enough to kill a man, but still. Perhaps because you felt that gnawing despair. You didn't want Ivar to suffer through it alone. Ivar didn't say a word, but you could hear him make long strides towards you. You closed your eyes as Ivar wrapped his long, deft fingers around your neck, fearing the worst. But the pressure you expected on your neck never materialized. Instead, soft fingers caressed your cheek, wiping your fearful tears away. Thank you. Huh? The stars of Judas must have tortured her. No one is meant to be all-knowing. At least she died with you fulfilling her last wish. That's more than I, her own son, could do. The runes in her prison were too intricate, too fickle for me to break through. So you knew. Did you ever try to break her out of there? Many times, both in the land of dreams and in the waking world. The old priests were meticulous. No witch can get in or out. Perhaps it's fitting. In the end, we both couldn't be there for each other in our time of need. I'm sorry for your loss. Also, is that a grave for her? Yes, this creature was a piece of her. Because someone did not think to bring her heart to me. I thought you weren't mad at me. I never said that. I can be both grateful and enraged, simultaneously. In fact, I previously thought of many creative ways to torture you. Briars escaping through your nostrils and eardrums for one. Long barbed tendrils climbing their way out of your stomach, piercing through your esophagus. You took a step back at that, but Ivar held your wrist, keeping you in place. But you came here willingly, to comfort me, and such good deeds ought to be rewarded, especially since my kin aren't able to bring me any similar succor. You look around to see Ivar's sons all continuing their own business, tending to the garden or serving tea, though some seem to eye you and Ivar sheepishly. What about Lyall? Lyall, yes. How I wished he knew of his grandmother. He at least deserved a chance to know her. Unlike the others, I think he would know how to appreciate her. What do you mean by unlike the others? I can hear them, you know, my children and all those people I've encased in a prison of bloom. Some of their thoughts, well, why don't you hear it for yourself? What? Okay, why do I look so good here though? Look at that. Look at my cheeks, my bakery. I need to defile you. Ew! A flower bloomed on Ivar's hand. He tucked it behind your ear and then you could hear it. Ew! Vile, shameful thoughts from the humanoid flower beings around you. I want to touch him. I want to defile him. Oh my god, gross! Yuck! I'm glad the story is completely abhorring this. You can hear it. The depraved whispers of Ivar's sons. Wait, what is this? You winced as you felt bile rising in your throat. A wave of disgust overwhelmed you as you felt their unhealthy obsession choking the air around you. Oh, but he's crying. But also his, Sorry. Disgusting, isn't it? This is what I hear all day. There are no tears for their grandmother, no sympathy or sadness, just obscene lust. I should kill them, maim them until there's nothing left for such depravity. But how could I? I couldn't even do it the first time. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh my god. Memories started to fill your vision. Image of a younger Ivar with long wavy hair. Cheeks wet with tears as he was pinned down by another boyish blonde beauty. A young man with eerily similar eyes to both Lyall and Ivar. Oh god. A son, his face soon distorted into a pale bouquet of flowers as Ivar reached out to him with trembling hands, as if doubtful of his decisions, even when he was clearly within grounds to defend himself. Oh, good lord, I want to give Ivar a hug now. I didn't even want to kill him, I just want to comfort him. If I couldn't kill them then, what makes you think I can kill them now when they're basically powerless? Ivar, your eyes welled up. Ivar's memories and feeling overwhelmed you. Somehow you could feel it, his despair, his anger, his doubt. I never asked to be born this way, to entice men, especially my own kin. I never wish for power, immortality, nor do I even need beauty. All I ever wanted was a family. My god, this is so sad. A daughter to walk down the aisle. A son to guide as he grows from a boy into a man. A mother who will become a grandmother surrounded by her rowdy grandchildren. Yet all of that is nothing but an unattainable fantasy. Ivar, ask for permission to hug? Can I hug you? I mean, would you be comfortable with that? Come, you're the first man I gave consent to touch me like this. Aw, isn't that sweet? Are we just bonding? Asking for consent's very important. I am honored. So am I. This was good. Sturdy. You remind me of my firstborn. Maybe that's why I'm so lenient on you, because of your looks and your oddly kind heart. Thank you. This isn't romantic though. And now the moment's gone, you awful tactless child. About 2 minutes passed before Ivar let you go. He took the flower, tucked into your ear, and crumbled it to dust in his grasp. Wait, so this is why you're so cruel to your boys, so they won't, you know. Ivar nodded at your realization. His confirmation made your stomach turn. I tried to contain them to the best of my abilities. I never had the heart to abort my children, neither sons nor daughters. I do what must be done to deter my sons from me. However, only Lyall seems to retain that fear to adulthood. Ilf wavered as well, but he too faltered, though his love to Lyall remains pure and true. Lyall, however, is my beacon of hope, my golden child, if you will. The mere mention of my name brings fear and disgust, shaking his very core. Most fathers would be insulted, yet it gives me nothing but utter joy. This is so painful. He just wants a family. He can't have one, and he's made Lyall hate him because it keeps Lyall away and keeps him safe. Does that mean your curse is fading? That or I'm getting old. My magic is weakening. I'm content with both. And Lyall, he doesn't know any of this. No, I made sure of it. I blocked some of his powers. He could hear the thoughts of some of my creations, but not all. I still grant him the ability to hear his brothers and some lesser ones. But he would never hear his brother's debauchery, the sickness oozing from their baser instincts. No, let him delude himself of kind brothers and a tyrannical father. It's better than possessive lovers trying to get rid of their competitions. You've never actually... I turned them into flowers before any of them would defile themselves like that. But why bouquets? My firstborn liked to make bouquets when he was little. It was the first thing that came to mind. I'm sorry. I am too. An awkward silence stretched between you two. Ivar took this time to bury the jellyfish in its final resting place. He worked with a small shovel, gently covering the creature in dirt. A single sprout marked the unfinished grave. I won't use magic on this one. I want to see it grow in its own pace. Living a simple, natural life, something very few of us witches can do. He nodded at that, sympathizing with him a bit. The grass is always greener on the other side. I think she would like that. I hope so too. Thank you for being here with me today. It's the least I can do. I mean, I did cause the death, perhaps in your world, but here, your kindness is only what angels are capable of, and kindness ought to be repaid. A red rose bloomed in Ivar's palm. He offered it to you. You felt like this was different from his other flowers so far, more alive. If you're ever in trouble, tear all the petals away. I will immediately come to your aid. My aid? Seth is toying with you. I can practically smell him on you. He's close, and I doubt your group of pretty boys can handle him. So you'll save me. I'll aid you. Whether that will be enough to save you from Seth or not, I'm not sure. Aren't you an all-powerful witch? I am, but so is he. Our last fight ended in a draw, leaving permanent damage on both of us. Who knows what will happen the next time we meet? You're really wary of this Seth guy, huh? You should be too. But perhaps your dumb luck with my kind has made you cocky. It's worked so far, right? You tucked the flower away in your back pocket, but you still didn't fully trust Ivar. You knew better than to ignore any help you can get, though. Even if it was from another witch. I still think you should tell Lyall about his grandma someday. Someday, perhaps. But not today. Today I'm just glad to be hated by him another day. One day he'll understand. I doubt it, but I'm satisfied for now. I'm happy to see that he's made some good friends along the way. He said that last part while staring directly at you. You cheekily whipped your head around behind you, pretending that there was someone behind you. You then pointed back at yourself, feigning ignorance. You talking to me? Honestly, why do I even bother? I'm joking. It made you smile, didn't it? Perhaps. I'll return you to the waking world now. Come visit me again sometime. I would if I don't have to die every time I try to wake up. Perhaps we can skip the roughhousing for today. Help! With a harsh shove on your forehead, your body sagged down as it fell through a dark abyss. You woke up without pain this time. None of the fear and dread you usually associate with Ivar's visits, though you were a bit flustered by the large and stocky brunette looming over you. Oh! You gaped at Lyall, who was gently wiping away the sweat off your brow. Lyall? You were twisting and turning in your sleep. I was afraid you had a fever or something. Oh, thanks. I'm alright, just a bad dream. Oh, well, if you aren't feeling your best, you should stay in and rest for the day. I think classes are cancelled for the next 3 days to deal with the current crisis. There's no official announcement yet though. Nothing is set in stone yet. But I think Miss Hedwin is assigned as a temporary headmaster for now. Unless the church assigns someone else for the job. Personally, I think she'll do great, so long as she doesn't get high on the job, that is. Knowing Miss Hedwin, she will probably get high on the job. Amen to that. There are other issues beside the headmaster though. Oh, a couple of the kids from the village have gone missing. Is it Seth? Mostly from the orphanage, but now kids from other families have gone missing too. What? All at the same time? No, it's been going on for a while now. But first it was just the older kids from the orphanage. Margaret said that happens sometimes. Kids wanting to make it on their own and they usually return in a few weeks. But then younger kids from homes have finally gone missing. So people are finally getting worried. I see. And no one's helping? Well, I did ask the headmaster for help and he said he'd relay that to the church, but now he's gone. Does Lyall know that it was kind of our fault? Damn it, it's the consequences of my actions again. Maybe me and the boys can help. At least we can ask around and maybe help unravel this mystery. Yeah, I'd like that actually. Okay, let's go. And ask them over breakfast, shall we? You and Lyall headed to the dining hall to have breakfast together. The hall was abuzz with students chattering about left and right, worried about the sudden disappearance and presumption of their headmaster's death. He can't be dead, can he? Not this way, at least. I know, everyone would think he'd die in a fight or at least of his old wounds. Drowning, though, I mean, I know he uses a cane, but... Attention, students! Miss Headmaster shouted with a noticeable quiver in her voice. It was raw and shaky, as if she'd been crying all night. I am sad to announce that our headmaster's whereabouts is still unclear. Representatives from the church have begun their own investigation, starting last night, continuing on throughout the day. You're allowed to roam around the lake, however, be careful not to bother any of them. Meanwhile, I have been stationed as a temporary headmaster until further notice. Why they chose me, God knows really. Miss Headmaster popped about 6 pills right in front of the entire student body. Oh my god. Dietrich loudly kicked her shin and cleared his throat as if to say behave. Oh yes, due to the current circumstances, classes will be cancelled for the next 3 days. Though that doesn't mean there's no work to be done. Anyone willing to help with our headmaster's search is very much welcome. Also, there have been a few kidnapping cases in the nearby fishing village. I know it's not our jurisdiction to deal with missing children. However, since the church is still preoccupied with sweeping the lake and finding our headmaster, I would suggest you kids to aid the village in other ways. Provide comfort and absolution for our closest neighbours. That is all. Please continue about your day. Miss Headmaster sat back down, and right away the student body erupted into loud chatters. She's a nervous wreck, huh? Perhaps we would be too if we were suddenly assigned to a position. Well, I know I would at least try to cope without the drugs. At least she basically gave us the green light to go around as we please. Should help us a lot. Winked at Lyall. Lyall nodded as he looked at you and smiled. So, the 3 of you will help me out in the village? Of course. Honestly, it's a shame that the church hasn't intervened sooner. Really? You're really surprised about that? Thane was hinting at the fact that the Ignian church had imprisoned Core and Io for centuries. Point taken. Man, Arshem's eyes are gorgeous. Am I missing something here? Ah, no, nothing you and your rippling pectorals should be worried about, Lyall. Now, shall we make our way to Lanar? When you arrived at the village, you noticed that everything was in total disarray. Mothers and fathers yelling at each other for losing their children. You were supposed to watch him. What kind of mother loses track of her own son? Don't you dare judge me. It's not like you were any part of his life. I was busy trying to keep the fridge full and our family fed. I did my part. What about you? Plates and other pieces of tableware whizzed past you as you dodged left and right. Every house seemed to have their own issues right now. Everyone was clearly distressed. One woman, however, stood out for you. She was weeping around a group of young children. Some of them were somewhat familiar to you. What are we gonna do, miss? Steve's blind. What if he fell into the water and died? No, don't talk like that, Lily. I'm sure Steve will be okay. Hopefully he's with Cece still. Margaret? Lyall! Lyall ran towards Margaret. Margaret sobbed into his arms as you, Quill, and Thane and Arshem all stood awkwardly behind, trying to smile as friendly as possible towards the kiddos. You clearly did not do a good job at it, as one kid went agape and screamed. Who are these creepy men? Oh, damn it! Creepy? Don't you mean distinguished? Oh, he's just a rich asshole. One of the older kids was quick to pipe up once he picked up Quill's accent. Shh, Leslie, they're here to help, right? Pardon us, ma'am. We're from the Witch Hunting Academy. Lyall said there have been cases of missing children around here. Oh yes, at first I thought they were just runaways. Older kids would sometimes rebel and make a show of it. They would try to escape the orphanage or prove a point or try to make something of themselves, but they usually pop back in after a week or 2. This time, however, the younger kids started to disappear into thin air almost every night. Last night we had 5 kids missing, including Steve, our youngest. He's blind and is always well behaved. I don't know what would have caused him to run away. Any leads? Well, Irwin's been getting the thick of it. We've been welcoming enough, but the people are wary of him since he's an outsider and hangs out with the kids a lot. Kids, a good chunk of them now have gone missing. It's not like anyone can make him talk. Leave it to us, ma'am. I'm sure it's nothing a quick furlough rune wouldn't solve. Wait, you can bewitch him to talk? Not exactly. It's more like we're gonna make him write everything down and explain what he knows. So you guys also think he's a suspect? We hardly know the man to deduce anything, but he is a lead, ma'am. We're not pointing any fingers just yet, only looking for a point to start from. Where is the dude anyway? Perhaps on the hills by the old church. He goes up there sometimes in search of herbs. Sounds about right. Come on, let's try to figure this out. Fia! And Irwin, he's so pretty. He did eat that kid's food though, and I don't like that. All of you headed to the hills and found Irwin with Fia and Prim by his side. You immediately ran towards her worried. Whatever mess has she gotten herself into this time? Fia? Prim? Winter, what are you doing here? Shouldn't we be asking you that? Or is rendezvousing with mysterious older men a recurring episode in your daily life? As if! Besides, I'm bonded, remember? I volunteered to help out in the village. I was just being a good Ignian. Also, I don't have to serve detention if I help out, but that's neither here nor there. We just need help. Can't imagine what all these people are going through. Being poor on top of all this shit? Sheesh, I'm poor and I can't even function without stressing about money. Prim, you still have 100k in savings and stocks. Exactly. I'm 1 gold piece away from being completely destitute. Anyway, we found Irwin being ganged up by a bunch of older gentlemen who thought he was behind the missing children case. Fia used the Furler rune on them and they walked away. Still abusing that rune, huh? What? It's better than me scorching up the place. Perhaps. However, are you sure you weren't helping the culprit instead? Why are you so sure on Irwin's innocence? Fia and Prim shared a look, and then a bead of sweat glided down her cheek as she avoided Quill's gaze. So, Thane, how's my sister feeling right now? Anxious, guilty, or nervous? Any chance that you can read her mind through that soul bond of yours? Well, don't you answer that. Oh, that is not fair, Grumbles. Hey, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Come on now. Oh, fine. Both Fia and Prim turned their head towards Irwin. He gave them a nod, signaling his understanding of what was coming. Sorry, Irwin. Irwin here is Prince Alexi's soulmate. What? As in the Alexi? The vampire prince blood-sucking douchebag Alexi? The one and only. Also, get your emotions under control. They're suffocating me. I'm sorry for all the secrecy. He speaks! Also, he is so gorgeous. He's so pretty. So pretty. Wait, you can talk? I can sing too, but so does any siren. We are known for our voice after all. So you're a siren, not a witch. My, are you a free siren then? This is the first time I see a siren roaming around without a bejeweled collar. Quill, show some respect. It's alright. Yes, I'm a free siren mostly because I've been pretending to be a mute all my life. Wait, so you've never talked before? I have, but only in the presence of people that I trust. None of you fit in that category. However, Miss Fia here has an extraordinary proficiency with the Furler rune. She forced me to talk. Before you all look at me like that, I just wondered if the Furler rune could make him talk. I didn't think he actually would. If that were the case, then perhaps you shouldn't have yelled out, and I quote, "Spill out all your secrets, bitch." Again, I'm so sorry. So wait, you saved him and then bullied him. Don't judge her too much, you know how bitchy Fia can be sometimes. I'm working on it. Regardless, you're a siren, and the vampire prince is intended. That's quite a target on your back. I'll say, a soulmate's pull is hard to fight. If they bond, then Alexi's immortality will be limited to Irwin's mortal age. No wonder he wants to get rid of you. I know, I've been trying to find a herb for a potion that could sever the soulmate ties, but I can't find that elusive flower anywhere. And now I've run out of time. What do you mean you run out of time? The vampires are hot on my heels. I've seen the vile bloods fly around this place. There's also the issue with the villagers' disdain towards me. Sorry about that. They've been welcoming to me. I think they're just scared. No one likes an outsider. It's not your sin to atone for though, especially you. I'm sure you've experienced a fair number of discrimination yourself. Oh my fucking god. Wow. Oh, he's so beautiful. Oh my god, he's so pretty. Irwin's arms morphed into a pair of glowing angel-like wings. Feathers grew from his neck and around his face as he transformed into a sort of avian. Those wings! You're blessed! Yet another reason why I must remain in hiding. You're lucky the headmaster hadn't caught wind of you. He would have mounted your head on top of a fireplace. Oh, I don't doubt it. Your former headmaster was an infamous siren hunter. He hunted plenty of my kind, young and old. You couldn't help but approach the strange creature before you, stroking his wings as they seemed to glow brighter under your touch. As soon as you put your fingers on his soft goose-like feathers, all of your remaining wounds and scars instantly disappeared. Irwin flapped his wings away from you, as if in disgust. Irwin glared at you in a way that almost said, "I can see how cruel you really are. Do not cross my boundary. A siren's feather is a precious thing, something I will not owe you the pleasure of holding so intimately." Even just a teensy little bit. Fia sneaked up at Irwin, only for her to be smacked in the face with his large wing. Has no one taught you manners, girl? You're worse than the children here. About that, do you know where they are, Irwin, sir? Or who might be behind all this? I don't know their whereabouts, but I do have a suspect in mind. Or at least I had one. Who's your suspect? At first, I had my eyes on Steve. Yeah, me too! The blind kid. I know witches have odd eyes. The fact that he had his covered was far too convenient. But then I saw him talking to a tall figure with the other children before disappearing completely. He was sobbing before being whisked away to thin air. A tall figure is kind of vague. Was it a man or a woman? It was late at night. I couldn't see their face, but they were thin and white. White. Literally all white, pallid looking, as pale as snow, yet ethereal, almost like an angel or an imitation of one. I think whoever took Steve that night should be the culprit behind all this. Though of course, the villagers who attacked me didn't believe my claims. Apparently I've overstayed my welcome. Irwin spread his wings before leaping into the air. A gust of wind hit your face as you saw Irwin's majestic figure hovering in the sky. I'll be taking my leave now. Things have gone far too sour here for my liking. I wish you well, Lyall. I've always Same though. Look at him smirk. Look at him suddenly smirk. He's like smiling. I wish you well, Lyall. I've always liked how your body looked, especially when you're drenched in sweat. Real though. So real. Same. Irwin winks, and Lyall covers his chest instinctively like a shy maiden. All of you watch in daze as Irwin cut through the sky, almost like he's flying straight into the sun. He's not actually flying directly into the sun, right? Give it a moment. Afraid you were going to see Irwin turn into a roast chicken. Afraid you were going to see Irwin turn into a roast chicken. You kept your eyes glued. God. All of you sighed in relief as Irwin drifted sideways, heading to the coast and away from the campus. He's good. Well, I'm glad that's over. Shall we head back now, or do you want to talk to the townsfolk some more? Maybe get the girls to ask around? I'm thinking of asking the other villagers here and see if we can get a lead on that mystery figure. It's very vague. Irwin basically just described every generic adult here. Or a very tall teen. Can't dismiss the teens. Which makes our search even broader. Man, how fun. Perhaps we split up to ease the load. Looks like Beefcake here has some brains. Prim and I will take the hill since we're already here. Quill? Oh well, I firmly believe that exercise is not actually good for you and it's all just a placebo, so I'll be talking to those people right over there. Quill pointed at a nearby row of homes right across the stream. Thane and I will ask around the shopping district. I'm close to some of them, and I believe Thane is a frequent customer of the butcher's here. You bet I am. Sometimes they'll even let me have a whole jar of elk blood for free. I'll take the docks. The villagers are kind. Some of the fishermen aren't too welcoming of outsiders. It's best if I handle it. Aren't you also an outsider? Yes, but Pike has shown me around. They'll accept me. If not, well, I'm used to being ostracized. Where is Pike anyway? Probably by the docks? He's the type to ignore his issues by burying himself into work. Nothing better happened to Pike. Oh my god, what if Seth was disguised as Pike the whole time? Oh, that makes sense. Well, I guess that leaves the orphanage. I'm good with kids. I'm sure I can get them to talk. Regroup at the village square at 6. Sounds like a plan. You all went your separate ways and explored the village. When you arrived at the orphanage, you were immediately greeted by the loud cheery noises of kids running around and playing with each other. At least they still have their spirits up. Hey, aren't you Lyall's friend? What are you doing here? 2 young kids, probably no older than 5, walked up to you and tugged at your pants. Oh, yes, I'm Lyall's friend. My name's Winter. I'm just here to ask about Steve. Do you know where he went? Steve? Auntie Maggie said he went on a walk. It's a long walk, though. This kid can barely get all his sentences out. I might have to ask the older children. They're probably inside. Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna ask the others, okay? You two don't mind me coming in, do you? No, everyone's welcome at the orphanage. That's what Maggie says. Can everyone come in and out of the orphanage as they like? Yeah, Maggie never locks the door. Sometimes we get adopted in the middle of the night. That's how Ulfa got adopted. Huh, no wonder kids are missing from here left and right. No locks. And midnight adoptions, that's odd. Better not think too much about it for now. They're so young. That might be unreliable. That's weird though. Who adopts a kid in the middle of the night? You decide to enter and got into interviewing the children. Who are you? My name's Winter. I'm a friend of Lyall. Oh, where is Lyall? Is he gonna help us find Steve? He sure is. In fact, he's looking for him right now. We all are, actually. Do you remember when's the last time you saw him? We saw him at dinner and then at curfew, but then he was gone. We thought he went to go in the bathroom, but he never came back. He'll come back, right? Unlike the other kids, Steve would always stay close. We'll find him. Don't worry. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I guess we'll need one less place since Steve's not around. Where are you, you little troublemaker? Hi there. Setting up the table? Huh? Who are you? Don't worry, I'm a friend of Lyall's. I'm looking for Steve too. Are you? I don't want to be fooled again. What do you mean fooled again? The adults. They're hiding something. I can hear them talk amongst each other sometimes. They act all kind and sweet, then they get all frazzled and weepy. Sometimes I feel like they're an entirely different person. Like they change into someone else? Are all the people here like that? What if the entire town are all just puppets of Seth? Oh my god. Well, no, mostly the older ones, but sometimes Mrs. Margaret and Mr. Pike would space out and stare blankly. Oh no, it's scary. The kids in the library act that way too sometimes, the quieter ones. Mrs. Margaret says it's just because some people like to talk and others don't, but I don't think so. I mean, she has a point, and the older ones could have dementia. Do you know that? Don't patronize me, I know what I saw. If you don't believe me, then why are you even here asking me anything in the first place? The girl pouted and ignored you. Two of the older kids, maybe in their early teens, could be seen preparing stew together. Did Mrs. Margaret say anything about Steve? No, nothing new yet. I'm getting worried. What if we find him floating in the river or something? I mean, he does like to go and play in the rivers alone, but no, we shouldn't think like that. She's right, you two need to stay optimistic. What? Who are you? I'm Winter. I'm a friend of Lyall's. I'm looking for Steve too. Hey, did you two notice anything strange about Steve before he went missing? Strange? What do you mean by strange? I don't know, maybe they like to talk to themselves or something like that? Well, in that case, every kid around here is a bit strange. Still too involved with their imaginary friends. Imaginary friends? Yeah, a lot of the younger kids have imaginary friends. Any that keeps popping up? Oh, well there is one. An angel. Angel? A male angel with his chest out. All white, that's what the kids say. I think they're just having us on. I mean, that was Irwin, right? What if Irwin is actually just Seth and he's just tricked us? Or maybe their imaginary characters get all mixed together somehow. Who knows? You know how kids are. All that imaginary character isn't as imaginary as they think. Are you sure they're imaginary? You've never seen this figure for yourself? No? Where are you going with this exactly? We didn't finish cooking before dinner. Oh, my bad. That's all I need to ask. Thanks, kids. Interesting. Two kids no older than 4 or 5 could be seen doodling on the wooden floor. Their doodles look like crude renditions of root symbols. Hey you two, what are you drawing there? Can't you tell? It's a rose bush? I see. Are the symbols supposed to be part of the bush? I don't know what they are. Mr. Swan told me to draw them. Mr. Swan? He's a talking swan. Said it'll protect the village. Seth turning into a swan? Is Mr. Swan a witch? It could be the white figure Irwin saw. And I mean, witches can invade people's dreams. Ivar does it all the time. If the people in Lena aren't scared of witches, I doubt they'd even bother putting up the necessary protective runes. You look closely at the runes and sadly did not recognize any of them. It could be because of your limited knowledge of this world, or they were just truly harmless children doodles. Regardless, you played it safe and drew the first rune Quill taught you, the dream rune that should block any witches from invading the kids' dreams. If I studied more, would I have known what the runes are? I feel like I would have known. Two kids, clearly siblings, could be seen bickering with each other. But Drew, why would you go out to the forest? It's not safe. It's not safe for you and the smaller kids. Do you want me to find Steve or not? Let me and Uriel find him. I bet he's just lost in the woods somewhere. Just let the adults handle it. No way, those dingbats can't do anything right. Two older boys, maybe 15 or so, could be seen eyeing at the siblings bickering near the bookshelf. They reminded you of your cousins James and Lyra, snobby 16-year-olds who always acted like they were better than you somehow. These 16-year-olds seem no different, reckless and eager to make something of themselves. Is Drew coming or what, Uriel? I doubt it. Nancy's sticking to him like glue. She ain't letting him walk out of the door, I tell ya. Well, it's good that we're not walking through any doors, isn't it? It doesn't matter where we're sneaking out of, Drew's not going anywhere. I bet you that Nancy will start bawling her eyes out and Drew will just start groveling to tell her to shut up again. Drew's way too soft on her, always has been. Going somewhere, boys? Huh? Oh, you're one of those church people, the Igneous students lot. What do you want? Just curious about your plan. Got anything you want to share with the class, maybe? Like you would help. The church never does us any good, just mind your own business. The sooner you tell me something, the sooner my friends and I can leave. Then you're asking the wrong one, mate. Irwin's the one you need to keep an eye on. Kids have been missing before, but never at this rate. He's hypnotizing them with his damn shows, I tell ya. Damn it, dead end. Ah well, it's not Irwin, I can tell you that. Besides, we've already dealt with him. Wait, what? Did you clock him or something? No, but point is, he's not going to show his face around here anymore. But seriously, other than Irwin, do you have any other leads? No? If it's not him, who else could it be? I think that's all I can learn from these kids. Maybe the others have had better luck. As you walked back to the center of the village, you saw a group of sobbing parents asking about their lost children. Any word on Sasha? No, I'm getting worried now. Could she have gone into the water? Even if she did, she knows how to swim, but perhaps it's safer to close the lake off for now. I don't think that'll be a problem. I heard the headmaster from that witch hunting school drowned in that lake. They're probably going to ward off the lake soon. Months we have tried to get the church to intervene, and only once the trouble reached their own doorstep did they finally take a step in. Typical. Eavesdropping is such a fun pastime, isn't it, darling? Quill, miss me? How'd your little investigation turn out? Mine turned perfectly sour. Apparently I was a tad insensitive and might have angered a couple villagers up on the hills. If you spot any pitchforks, do start running. What? What did you do? Don't be too mad at Quill. I don't think the locals here are very welcoming right now. I've had better luck making friends with a swarm of rats. Don't you eat rats? Exactly. That's the point. Arshem had better luck. Well, kinda. One asked if my pretty face was for sale. Hey, that's my boyfriend! Though at least I did manage to make them shed some light on things. All the victims were aged around 8 to 12, and it did seem most of them attended Irwin's puppet show, hence why he was deemed the prime suspect. However, the older merchants didn't point out that children had been missing long before Irwin's arrival. Mostly the orphan kids they dismissed as runaways. A lot of the other suspects were fellow merchants since, well, the Vortex Empire influence reaches even here, and young innocent blood bags made for fine delicacies. Ignia has strictly outlawed such practices, but there's still no limit to how vile some vamps can be. No offense to you, Thane. That's fine. Besides, even I was disgusted by their behavior. I tried sniffing them out just in case any of them smelled particularly bloody, but that only led me to a whole rack of lamb. Which we had to buy because you put your little nose in. Oh well, I suppose it's better to be thorough. Same dead end for Prim and I, but we did have something that might be an interesting lead. Granted, we did talk with an old hag handing out rock-hard candy just like your typical fairy tale villain. But other than her horrifying look, she was really sweet. She mentioned something odd. She said her grandchild went missing once for about 2 weeks, but then came back with no memory of where he went or who took him. The only thing he recalled was playing with the other kids in the graveyard and then nothing. Wait, kids playing in the graveyard? Kids don't have a lot of places to play around in these parts. How macabre. How about you, Winter? I think we have a witch in our midst. Probably the Witch of Change, but I'm not sure whether the witch is actually here or not. Seems like all the kids saw was a white figure in their dreams. They are probably mistaken the witch for a playmate, but other than drawing some protective dream runes, I don't know how we're gonna stop or track this witch. But you have drawn the protective runes. Yes, then to start. Did the fisherman say anything noteworthy, Lyall? No. Though I couldn't really ask much. Looks like the church people have accidentally dug up old corpses from the lake in their investigation. Well, one of them was apparently Pike's son. Oh no. And, well, I didn't have the heart to pry any further. Pike's that man who likes to fish by the pier, correct? I didn't know he lost a son. He doesn't talk about it much. It's been years ago. Drowning incident. So the witch lured him into the waters. Where's Pike now? Where's Pike? Maybe I should talk to him and cheer him up. Oh, he went out sailing again. Said it's better to keep his mind occupied. But I'm sure you can talk to him again tomorrow. He's still going out to fish near our school. You know, despite everything. It has been a rather gloomy week, hasn't it? Too much dread for my taste. I know. I wish I could at least do something for the kids. Actually, I think I can help with that. Quill wrapped his arm around Lyall's bicep and whispered into his ear. Oh, you can do that? Darling, I'm an inkwell. Miracles are what I do. Quill, what are you up to? Just come to the pier tomorrow, dear. Bring your swimsuit. Do I get to see Arshem in a swimsuit? All of you returned to the dorm while wondering what Quill was up to again. As you headed back to the dorms, Lyall walked side by side with you into your room. He seemed lost in the clouds and kept fiddling with his hands. You cold? No, wait. Beautiful tiny sunflowers bloomed in your hands as your fingers... That's so pretty. Look at how pretty he is. Oh my god. He's so muscly too. Jesus, look at his shoulders. Oh, he's so gorgeous. Beautiful tiny sunflowers bloomed in your hand as your fingers intertwined with Lyall's. You admired its beauty before it withered away, its petals turning into a dull shade of brown. Whoa, you never told me you could do that. But at least now I know Ivar wasn't lying about his children inheriting his powers regardless of gender. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. They're harmless, I swear I'm not like my dad. They just come out sometimes when I'm nervous is all. Can you do that again? What? Making flowers. Can you do that again? Sure. You're not scared? No? Come on, humor me. Make a flower that you think best represents me. Best represent you. I don't really study the language of flowers, but a bright yellow flower bloomed from Lyall's hand. I always thought that freesias suit you. It matches your hair. It seemed like he actually put some thought into it. Lyall looked sheepish as he glanced at your ears. You tilted your head a bit, signaling him to tuck the flower in. He smiled as he placed it right behind your ear, brushing wild strands of hair ever so slightly. It really does suit you. You look beautiful. Both with and without the flower, I hope. That's... Sorry. I'm still surprised you're not disturbed by all this. I think this is the first time anyone has seen my father's flowers with such joy. They're yours, not Ivar's. Oh, I guess I never seen it that way before. Most would just take a look at these flowers and run. You're different though. You seem unfazed. I don't know if that's a good thing, or you're just a weirdo. But I'm glad either way. I'm just a weirdo. I wish the others were as open-minded as you were. Sorry, by the way, for being so distracted. I've been thinking about something the sailors at the pier said. Oh? What do they say? They called me an outsider, which again is quite mild compared to everything else people have called me, but still. For a week or two, I thought I finally found somewhere to belong, though I thought that being a fisherman in Lena might be what I was destined to be. I guess not. I wish there was another world out there I could run away to. One without witches and hunters and the drama that comes with them. Well, wait a bit and maybe there will be. Nothing, Lyall. Anyway, we should get some rest. We'll need it for whatever catastrophe Quill has in store for us. You head up to bed and drifted to sleep. Thank you so much for experiencing this story with me. We are so close to the end. Also, how pretty was Irwin? I have this awful feeling that the entire town of Lena is not what it seems, and I'm really worried about Lyall. But also, it makes me really happy that Arshem has basically said that he'll follow us to another world and that he loves us, so I'm really hoping that that happens. I'm scared that if the other Winter wakes up, he's just gonna go back to him, so fingers crossed that he doesn't do that. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. Next week will be the final part of Bewitching Sinners, and then afterwards I will do a compilation video showing the romance scenes from all the other characters as well, because that was highly requested by you guys. If you guys like this video, please leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. I will see you guys in the next video, and until next time, take care!